you guys can hear me, I'm checking on a few things right now. I need to push some buttons is what I need to do. Let's see here. If you can hear me, give me a 5x5 so I know. But let's go ahead and get this party started.
Hey guys, listen, this video is sponsored by a company called Land of Land. I've got you out here. I've made a couple videos about this company. It's pretty freaking awesome. And basically, as preppers, we're always looking for that bug out location. You may recognize this background from years ago, but let's face it, they're getting harder and harder to find, so we've got to do whatever we can to find them. Now, most people don't know is that there's lots of what they call vacant land. And the nice thing about vacant land is that there's no leaky roofs, there's no clogged drains, there's nothing to repair. It's just raw land. It might have a dirt road in it, kind of like this, you know? And the funny thing is that in some cases you can actually buy land with a credit card, which I found really hard to believe. Now, many of us are looking for a bug out location or just a secure plot of land where a family can go to during a crisis event. And what I want people to do is start thinking about land the same way they think about precious metals. I think it's really important that we be able to make those kind of investments. And that's why I like Land of Land so much. It's just a tremendous opportunity, guys. Now, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Go to the link in the description. Go to landofland.com. Check out what they've got going on there and get yourself in the land business, guys, because you know what? They don't make it anymore. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Mine was super duper busy as usual. If it looks like I am barely awake, that's because I am barely awake. Transmitting from an alternate location. Deep in a bunker way in the whatever. You guys are saying my sound is good. Looks like we got enough people in here. Looks like Rumble's rolling a little slow. Guys, I did the setup for this somebody's like 11:05. I don't know how that happened. It doesn't make any sense to me at all, but I'm here. I'm not queer. Get used to it. You guys know the deal. Let's see here. I'm looking at I don't have a trivia question for you because in 1 minute we need to be watching this. Guys, let me know what the sound on this is because it's kind of important. The stock market might open at 9:30 this morning, which is in less than a minute, and it may immediately crash. So let's go ahead and go there. Let me know if there's any echoing, okay? Make sure that you guys can actually hear there we go. Bloomberg. Here we go.
Moments away from the start of trading on what is going to be a very dark
guys, good
Monday
morning. Let me know
open.
about
This is Bloomberg
echoing.
Open Interest.
Hopefully
Time,
YouTube will
Matt
not shut
Miller.
this
Look
down
at
because I am
futures
kind of
down.
sharing Bloomberg
The
stuff.
biggest drop that we've seen for NASDAQ futures since 2020, since economies around the world went into an actual lockdown. That's the last time we saw the NASDAQ open this deep in the red. The S&P 500 futures are also taking a big hit this morning, down almost 4%. Here at the New York Stock Exchange, we have TXNM Energy ringing the bell on a day they probably won't forget. Over at the NASDAQ, you've got Hancock Whitney ringing the opening bell. We are seeing big drops in the cash trade. It looks like even worse than futures. Let's get over to Katie Greifeld right now to see where we're moving. Katie?
Yeah, I'm excited to tell you about it because there's a lot of action to walk through right now. The S&P 500 down more than 4% just in the first few seconds of the trade. Even worse, if you take a look at the NASDAQ 100, your big tech names really bearing the brunt of this selling right now. Of course, a sell-off that started in Asia with Japanese equities continuing right now at the U.S. Open, and the small caps, too, really taking a bath here. The Russell 2000 down by more than 4%, nearing 5%. But one stock to watch at the open is Tyson, one of the few stocks in the green right now. That's after it posted an earnings beat as a rebound in chicken profits helped to offset a downturn in its beef business. You can see shares currently up 2.4%, Shanali.
Speaking of chicken, there's some chicken going on in the crypto market here. You have Bitcoin dropping below $50,000, and so we're keeping an eye on those crypto-related stocks. Coinbase down 20% at the open. Marathon Digital also in conjunction around 20%, nearly more than 19%. Riot Platforms, a miner here, down more than 14%. Pretty remarkable. Now watching crypto, Bitcoin really at a third of its March high, a third of its value wiped out, Matt.
All right, let's take a look at the big behemoths here in terms of Apple. You know, after the sell-off news over the weekend, Warren Buffett reducing his stake by tens of billions of dollars. Let's take a look at where it's trading right now, as well as NVIDIA. Let's go ahead and bring them up. Or maybe I will on my terminal first here. Apple right now trading down about 8%. 8% is the drop in Apple 202. NVIDIA also trading down big, wiping off probably $300 billion in market cap. NVIDIA down 14% right now. Let's take a closer look at the big drop in the biggest tech stocks with Abigail Doolittle. Abby?
Yeah, Matt. Well, this sell-off that we're seeing in stocks, it's not entirely surprising. We've been looking at charts all year of the stock indexes, Bitcoin and individual stocks, pointing to the idea that there could be some sort of a real sell-off. Apple, no exception. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway started selling last December. That was a big reason why the stock was in a bear market up until April. It really should never have gone back above 200. It's there now, but well off the highs, the worst day since March of 2020. NVIDIA, also the worst day since March 2020. Too far, too fast, the AI craze. Ahead of the selling in NVIDIA, the bear market that it's in, it had been up more than 180% on the year. Amazon down 7%. Even stocks like Palantir reporting after the bell, down 13%. With this, we're of course seeing the spike in the fear index, or more accurately, the uncertainty index. This is a 5-day chart, and I know that you were talking about this with Stuart Kaiser, but take a look at the VIX flatlining around a 15 handle, sort of a complacent level from a historic standpoint, all the way up to a 65 essentially, now coming off this, but nonetheless the highest level since March of 2020. And if we can connect this back to Apple, the Apple chart strongly suggests we have more selling ahead. This is a long-term range where Apple's basically going through, let's call it 170 up toward 200. Take a look at the drop right down into the range, the bottom of this range at 170, the RSI going down. It suggests Apple's going to sell off by another, let's call it 15% or so. As one of the biggest stocks, this could be brutal for stocks. The index is ahead.
Certainly off of peak panic for the morning, but a brutal morning nonetheless. Abigail Doolittle, we thank you for your analysis, and joining us now for more analysis, Victoria Fernandez, Chief Market Strategist.
Okay, so obviously we're not going to be talking about that all day long. What I do need to do is I need to say hi to some people. Let's see here. It looks like YouTube is winning 26-17. So on the YouTube side, let's see here. Who was here? Colin, first. First for me. Catitude. Good morning, young lady. Bradley Collins. Where we got here? No, Bradley, not 1105. That's my screw up. Jordan's in the house. JB the 25th. Wait a minute, who's the turd? I forgot to do this. Catitude, you are number 2. You're the deuce. And Bradley, you are the turd. Let's see here. Going down the list here. We got Rose checking in. We got Preston. Good to see you, Preston. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Debbie's here. Oops. Light Raider. What do we got here? Light Raider. Blaine Vogel. Good morning to you, my friend. West Virginia Pappy. Rural to IC. Southern Tier Preppers in the house. Hopefully things are looking better for you and your tractor destroyed home. Let's see here. If you guys don't know that story, I'll tell it to you later. It's scary for her. You know, it's funny how some things become funny in the end. It's like you're telling this story. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that time a tractor drove through my house? Sad in the beginning, funny in the end, but hopefully things are going better. Blaine's just checking in. We got Light Raider showing up here. Let's see. Savagely, I don't care about the markets. Doesn't mean jack. Monkey squat to me. Good. It's all been created by Oops World to see. STP. Let's see here. Savage Lit, JB the 25th. Living in 1984. Morning Oak from the UK. Checking in. What's happening? Actually, I wanted to talk to you, 1984, because I heard a national rumor that it's basically all out bedlam in the UK right now because of the stabbing, the police God, I can't remember the specifics. I am not awake and have not taken my brain pill. There was a child stabbing. Cops did nothing about it. There was major outrage, and then people started taking to the streets, and that's what I know so far. What do we got here? Saul Moore's in the house. Let's see here. Who else? Who else is showing up? Man, you guys are blowing up the chat. Let's see. Brian Smith. There we go. Yeah, a few rights. Man, I would love to see them do some crazy ass stuff over there. I truly would. I think that the UK, I think that Great Britain as a whole, I think they're ripe for just taking everything back. And I don't mean, hey, here, we're back in charge. I mean like pitchforks and torches. You know, sometimes you just got to really look at this stuff and wonder what the hell is going on. Can I flip-flop that? I've never tried to do that before. Let me see. I'm going to push some buttons, guys. I'm going to make some stuff. I'd like to keep that on the screen, but it's really weird how that happened. No, I don't like any of that. Where is that? Why is it doing that? All right. Anyway, maybe half and half. We'll just go this way. I'm going to keep it on. No, God dang it. Maybe the first way. All right. So we're going to keep that up there. It started. Asterisk. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, we've got to. Hopefully I'm using this tiny little microphone, guys, but apparently they work really well. They're actually made in China by ONN. You get them at Walmart, but I'm going to move this a little bit further away because I feel like I have a loud voice morning, like my man voice has been fully activated. How is that sound? Do I need to move it back where it was, or do I need to just speak softer but bring it closer? Guys, let me know in the chat. I appreciate you. I need to go to the Rumble side real quick here. JB the 25th. First, Down Honey. Number 2, Laser, you are deterred. And let's see here. Hicktown Honey. Andy Pearson's in the house. Miss Melody, good morning, young lady. Good to see you. And the Real Patriot Medic, my friend. Good morning to see you. All right, so the sound is fine just the way it is. Great. I have a tendency, because this room has, like, there's almost nothing in this room. This is, woo. I'm in an undisclosed location. But there's nothing on the walls in this room except for what you guys see piled behind me. So let's see. Maybe I need to get some of that like funky black foam with the little ridges and stuff on it. Anyway, so okay. I'll be honest with you guys. I have nothing prepared for you because I had more of basically sleep on my mind than anything else. But I do have some things in the news that I think are newsworthy. We're going to do this kind of old school the way we used to, simply because I think it works for today. We're going to put that right over there. I need to reestablish that. Okay, good. Looks like everything in the arrows is down. Bradley says sound is gotcha, bro. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes my man voice, like right now, you probably couldn't be in a room with me right now because 20 years in the Marine Corps and you learn to, walk softly but carry a big stick. But when you open your mouth, people should be hearing you and listening. So, Semper Gumby. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and make this screen bigger. You guys can't see this. Let's see here. Anti-immigration protests. There we go. Anti-immigration protests in the UK. You know what? I don't know if I can add. I'm going to try something, guys. I don't know if it'll let me do more than one at a time. Oh, yeah, that didn't work at all. Okay. I'll just have to keep that going in the background. We're going to go with that one. Right there. Okay, so this comes off as a hedge. Anti-immigration protests in the UK spreads as Elon Musk warns civil war is inevitable. All right, European countries on the front line. So, let me make that a little bit bigger for you guys. Yeah, that's what she said. There we go. European countries on the front line, such as Greece and Italy, have been overwhelmed with migrants over the years due to failed open border policies facilitated by radical leftist positions. These unaccountable leaders, elected and unelected, have created the perfect storm of migrant crime and chaos across the continent. And then we get into the tweet. Can I make those stupid advertisements disappear? There we go. But it takes a while for the pictures to come back. I think I'm going to go back the other way. There we go. All right. Let's see. So basically, this tweet is talking about the just a fraction of the Brits murdered by foreigners recently, and they expect zero pushback from that. So this kind of reminds you of all the people that are getting killed. You know, we had what was it last week? We had, and this is the stuff, only the stuff that's being reported. Last week we had this guy that he just walked up to him and shot him in the head and walked away. He thought it was the OK Corral. You know, he's going on trial for murder. It's just, this is very reminiscent of the people here in America that are getting killed by illegal immigrants. You know, this is crazy. For readers who are not caught up on the news cycle, anti-immigration demonstrations have erupted across the UK following the horrific stabbing of 3 children in Southport by a 17-year-old by the 17-year-old son of Rwandan immigrants. Here's the latest reporting. Now, weekend anti-immigration demonstrations were seen in Liverpool, Bristol, Manchester, Hull, Belfast, Stoke, and other cities. Some turned violent while others did not. Citizens are enraged with progressive officials who have promoted open borders, leading to an influx of immigrants. This has resulted in increased crime and chaos and has adversely affected working class families, with pushing down wages for low-skilled jobs. The Guardian quoted protesters on Saturdays as chanting, quote, "Get them out," and Yorkshire. In the southwest city of Bristol, folks shouted, "We want our country back." Man, these guys, they're pissed. They are pissed. I can't play that because you'll obviously see that. They'll say that. But they say that they're one step away from civil war. Now, here's the thing. What would this really turn into, guys? What would this really turn into? You know, unfortunately, I think this would really more turn into, you know that scene. There's a scene do you remember the movie Gangs of New York? Where they were fighting for territory, and there was a scene where the gangs were all meeting at, I don't know, Piccadilly Square. I don't know. It was in New York before New York was New York. And they just brought their knives and their clubs and their shillelaghs. And they all just beat the crap out of each other. I honestly see that kind of thing happening there in the UK, because they disarmed the citizenry years ago. But if you notice, what's happening is all the knives are coming back. Yeah. And then they made some laws against having knives of certain size. Where's illegal flooding in places through the roof? Living in 1984, is there any unique laws against specific types of knives being carried? I'm going to guess any kind of knife being carried in public. Yeah, let us know in the chat, guy. We appreciate you, and make sure you stay safe. But let's see, officially gone walking our streets. Just remind which country we're in. Not sure they were shouting that. Yeah, there's no telling. That's why I didn't play it, bro. That's why I didn't play it. Let's see. I mean, it's I think the problem with one of the problems with first world countries is that they're extremely civilized, that it takes you got to really do so much to spin them up to have them take to the streets. You have to do so much. And even when you do, they still want everything that they've built for. They want to go home at night. They want a family. They want to be loved. They want their water to turn on and off. They're not so driven. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have here in the United States, is that people just won't do what is necessary to stop their government from being stupid, to stop. This has got nothing to do. This has got nothing to do with Islam. Has nothing to do with cultural identity. This has everything to do with people coming to take your stuff, to degrade your standard of living. The American dream is that somehow, some way you start someplace and then you work to a point to where you are happy, to where you can support a family if you want one, to where you can become a millionaire if you put in the effort and you have the knowledge and you know the people. You know what I'm saying? This is not all done by chance. This is all done by effort. And the people that these, and we're going to use the word immigrant because we are on YouTube. But these immigrants, they're coming here wanting the American dream, but they're not going about it right. They're not, and the government is supporting their efforts, which are in fact subverting the American way of life. So it's like, you're okay. So you get here somehow, and you take advantage of the government benefits, but then you make no effort whatsoever to start to work towards building that American dream that you thought of. Because if you're watching this and you are either legal or illegal, you should know that we do not eat McDonald's every night, that there's not a KFC on every corner. And that for the people who are like Americans, we suffer every day just like you do. We just don't suffer as badly as you do. So if you came here looking for a free ride, you came to the wrong place, because the people who built this country, to include everybody, to include me, to include you all, everything you've done is to build this country, to build your lives, to make America more prosperous. The people who have built this country that you love, so that you want to be part of so much, they won't only take it for so long. So my advice to you is to get a job, save your money, get a house, get off the gravy train. It's going to run out. It's going to run out. All right, I'm going to go back to the chat, and I'm going to find that knife comment, because I saw that 84. You're only allowed a non-locking folding knife under 3 inches. Wow, that's interesting. Non-locking. I mean, that just sounds like a safety issue. Let's go ahead. Let's go back and check the stock market real quick here. I can't believe that I have to do this every time. It's so ridiculous. Share screen. Bloomberg. Share. It's all looking good. Let's check in. So what was that? Breaking news? Let me hit the rewind button on that thing.
A new VIX product later this year.
Stock sinks as equity route rumbles on.
So not everybody loses.
Well, in Kellanova, right?
Gotcha.
The maker of Pop-Tarts.
So let's go ahead and kill the sound on that, and we'll get back to it. And then it'll just be, this is up to speed now. All right. If you guys didn't know that, you can actually rewind. You can actually rewind live video on YouTube. Just use the J button to move it backwards, the K button to freeze it, and the L to move it forward. Let's see here. Kentucky Suitable Living. Well, there you go, my friend. I recognize your logo. About the stock market this morning. I wouldn't say we're freaking out about it. We don't really do that here, but we are paying attention to it because it is smart, because it's smart. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Now, Kentucky Suitable Living popped in, so I guess I gotta tell everyone, since I haven't told anyone yet. Guys, Jason from Kentucky, or your channel's is differently named than the event. Jason, what's the name of the event? Because I'm telling you, man, I'm running on zero right now, everything started up late, and everything is like we are hodgepodging the hell out of this. I normally have like a defined subject set up and everything. Yes, you have to tell everyone. I'm going to, but I want to say it right. What's the name of it? What is the name of it? Anyway, so you know what? I'm just gonna pull it up. Kentucky. What is it? There you go. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna put that on the screen. I can't. Kentucky suitable living homesteading. I'm typing this in. And living preparedness and living. It's a long ass title, man. Hopefully Google doesn't freak out. Let's see here. So give me a link. There it is. I got you. All right, so we'll share this link real quick, just because we're on commercial. We're on commercial anyway. Share screen. You know what? I wonder if there's a magic button for me to just switch between them. Share. All right, guys. So last week, Jason from Kentucky Sustainable Living asked me to speak at their event. Are these dates right, or is this or is this your website old? I don't know that those dates are right. Are they, Jason? September, October. No, they're right. 26th through 27th. So October 26th through 27th. In where is this? This is going to be. It's in Kentucky. It's Green something, Kentucky. He's asked me to come speak, and I'm going to be giving a lecture on preparedness 101. I just where are we at here? Just put in the chat. Oh, that's a little bit of free advertisement for you, huh? Yeah, it's fair enough. Hold on a second here. We'll put it in there. That's one thing that my chat does allow me to do. We'll throw that over there. Matter of fact, we're going to put that out. That actually goes out on Twitter as well as Rumble. So let me find the Rumble chat. Where's that Rumble chat at? There it is. We're going to throw that in the Rumble chat there. So yeah, he's asked me to speak. I'm going to be giving a lecture on preparedness 101 to all the homesteaders. We're going to teach those guys how to be preppers. And I've actually put a lot of thought into this for the last few days. You know, it's there's going to be a lot of some of the big guys there. Not joking here. Matter of fact, let me we'll do a little. We're going to give you a little promo, Jason. Here. Let's see. Where are we at here? Jason. So people that I'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with. Angry Prepper. Let's see here. He's going to be talking about bug. All right, you guys are killing me. Oh my God, I got to put him on. There we go. Now I look all respectable and stuff. He's going to be talking about bugging out of urban areas. We're going to have William Bond. He's going to be talking about permaculture. You got Bill Stoker. He's going to be talking about homestead security. You got Shane Tario. He's talking about cybersecurity. Randall White. He's going to talk about tree grafting. Leslie Grosset is going to be talking about herbs. And we're going to have a couple that are going to be talking about beekeeping. We're also going to have Chuck Peoples. He's going to be there talking about that medical. And Brian and Susan are going to be there for ham radio topics. Also, Jeff Smith, the Everyday Prepper, is going to be there. They haven't really decided what he's going to talk about yet. Sometimes these topics are weird. They're difficult. It's difficult to make a schedule. If you guys know about Prep Stock, we knocked our schedule out right up front, but we also made some changes to it later. So it's difficult to get those things broken in because you don't want one speaker talking about other stuff. You got Byron Russell. He's going to be talking about drone defense. Also, possible speakers. TJ from, hopefully I'm saying that right, from Bear Independent, the bear from the internet. He's more than likely going to be talking about community. We're not sure if he's showing up yet. You got Nick Ferguson. He's going to be there. He's talking about feeding your animals. Well, he may be. This is the maybe list. And then we actually have Shauna Wood. It could be there to talk about homeschooling. So if you guys are interested in seeing me, I'll be wearing my bulletproof vest just in case. And yeah, boom. Bowling Green, Kentucky, 26 through 27. All right, perfect, guys. Now you guys know that the secret is out. I'll be doing some speaking about stuffs. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to. There's got to be a way to switch. I wonder if I can like just go here. Ah, there it is. We're going to share. Boom, magic. All right, looking at those numbers. Let's give it a little bit of sound, see what happens.
And overnight, they had a 12% drop on the Nikkei, the biggest in a decade. We come back, we're going to talk to the CEO of Vanguard. This is Bloomberg.
Ouch. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. Hopefully you don't have a lot of money in the stock market. I try to talk to my brother-in-law. He's got money in the stock market. And I've told him several times, maybe it's time to get out, you know, but that was months ago. You know, nobody likes this knee-jerk stuff because that's what actually causes these collapses. The stock market collapses. Let's see here. Ian says, I don't think the powers that shouldn't be would let the stock market fall. Yeah, well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. When people get scared, no, I'm not saying people. I'm going to say when billionaires get scared, they move their money. Okay. And when they move their money, that means taking it from one bucket and putting it in another bucket, not putting it in their bank account. They just put it someplace else. Okay. Because if it's not in something else, it's not making them money. So when they think that this isn't making them money anymore, they take it out of that bucket. Now, if they take it out of one of these major markets, you know, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Nikkei, so on and so forth, when they take it out of that, it's a tremendous trough. It's like if 100 millionaires lined up and got their buckets of water and took a bucket of water out of that little asset, it wouldn't be nothing. But if a billionaire stands up and puts his bucket in one time, it dramatically affects the market. Okay. So they have the ability to control these things. You know, there's no powers that are above. You know, when you're talking about Amazon, ABC, which is Google, or Google and YouTube and such. What are we at here? What's the other? There's another one. I can't remember what it is. You know what it is, put it in the chat. But basically they control the majority of the stock exchange as far as volume, the amount of money that's in it. Okay. So when they move their money, it has drastic effects. All right. Paradigm Shift showed up. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. That is a pretty looking airplane. Kind of scary, but pretty. All right, let's see here. Where are we at here? We're going to take that off. Where are we at here? Living in 1984 says, I haven't got money anymore. I know, man. Red Shield, Sachs, Kohler, Gothra, Rule. Oh, the Red Shield. That's some cloak and dagger talkery you got going on there. Oops. If you guys don't know what the Red Shield means. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's see. We're going to move off of the stock market briefly. I'm going to see if I can't find. There was something else. Somebody, what? Let's see here. I wanted to talk to you guys about, we did it. We made a little bit more. There we go. Somebody, I don't know who it is. We're going to switch over to this real quick. Somebody, I need to share that. There we go. Somebody tapped in a little bit more money. We're moving closer to our goal. I want to say whoever you are who dropped a $100 bill in the bucket, we appreciate you. Obviously we know that Southern Tier Prepper did this, obviously, but it says anonymous. Thank you very much, Southern Tier Prepper. But whoever did this, thank you very much. I talk to Catitude every day about this. Well, I wouldn't say every day. I'd say every few days because I don't want to bombard her. I just want to be like this helpful guy out there who's letting her know what's going on and making sure that the moment she needs this money, because our goal is $5,500, okay, or 55,550. Okay, we did the math, we came up with a number, and this was 3 months worth of bills. Okay, so if you didn't know, John, her husband, was traumatically injured, skull and neck surgery C7, T1, T2 repaired, steel pins, plates, screws, bionic man. But he's not going to be able to work for several months. All right, so we're trying to help this family out. They are part of the members. They're part of the Patreon right now, and I like to think that we're a very tight knit community, and I want to help them. I promised them that I would use my YouTube superpowers to try and get them some money so that things can be better for them. Now times are tough. If I've got 5,000 followers on YouTube, I don't understand why I don't have 5,000 $1 donations. I don't understand it. So we're going to keep this up a little bit longer, or until she says, LP, we need the money now. And then boom, the money's going to get Venmo'd, checked. Some way that money is going to get to her. I've got a plan. It's rinky-dinky. It will survive contact, if you know what that means. But that money will get to her and her family. So if you guys could reach into your pockets and give her a couple of bucks, it would be greatly appreciated. There should be a link in the description. In fact, I'm going to check right now. You know what? Oh, I just did a really bad thing. Grabbed a crazy window. This is not my normal not operating environment. I'm just going to throw it right there in the chat for everybody to have. Boom, just like that. All right, let's see here. We're going to roll off of that. Catitude, stay strong. I know that you're in the chat. So let's go ahead and where are we at here? Bloomberg. Let's check the Bloomberg. One more. We'll get Bloomberg rolling back here in the background, and then we'll talk. Whoa there. What just happened? I just pushed the wrong damn button. That's not even the right button. God, this is really bad. I can't wait to see the comment where some guy comes in here. That's all you do is complain about you're this and you're that, and these people just don't understand. It's all about community, guys. It really is all about community. A conversation, friendship, things like that. And it blows my mind that people are so stuck that they think that way. All right, let's see here. We talked about the Nikkei already. Impact for Americans. All right, so we're gonna let's throw this one up on the screen here. Let's no one cares about that guy. We're gonna throw this one up right here. So there's lots of talk about triggering World War III, so on and so forth. There was actually a website out there last week that said that Iran actually has nuclear weapons right now, but nobody is talking about it. It's very difficult to speculate on that because, once again, there's a lot of variables. Like, oh, by the way, Iran probably has the most I would say they have the ultimate underground bunker system for Iran. Iran's government has basically made itself so that it can live underground. Their military can live underground. Their airplanes are underground. You know what I'm saying? And so many of their missile systems, many of their nuclear development plants, many of their capabilities are kept underground. And when I say underground, I don't mean like I'm telling you that you need a very special type of penetrator that was developed during the Cold War that was designed to go through like 6 different floors of concrete. And when I say concrete, I don't mean like you poured a sidewalk concrete. I mean like 3 to 6 feet of concrete, 6 different levels. All right. It's absolutely amazing, some of this technology, but these bombs are few and far between. And that's what you would need to get through these bunkers. And so more than likely, if they have developed them, that's where they are. Let's see here. So in the year 2024, if the year of 2024 has proven anything so far, that it's our worries about the potential outbreak of World War II are absolutely reasonable. I feel one of them yawns coming on. So I'm going to take a sip of coffee. The skeptics maintain accusations of conspiracy theory and doom and gloom have been proven wrong yet again. The geopolitical atmosphere is turning sour fast. I still don't think a lot of people really realize how truly volatile the situation is globally right now. From my point of view, World War III has already begun, at least in economic terms. Guys, we have been in what are they calling it? Fifth. Somebody put it in the chat. Bear uses it all the time. His people use it all the time. It's an actual term, but I'll be honest with you, my eyes are barely even working now. My brain isn't even on. It's like fifth level warfare. But let's not forget that Ukraine is essentially a proxy for all of NATO against Russia. And the situation in the Middle East is about to become much worse because of the alliances involved and the fragile nature of global energy exports. There's a danger of systemic collapse, which should a wider war break out. And I hate reading other people's stuff because they're writing it from like how they speak. And if you don't speak like that, it can be a real pain in the butt. All right, we're going to turn that. All right, but why should Americans care? It's pretty simple. War spurs shortages. Shortages in the middle of a stagflation crisis are a very bad thing. Sanctions against Russia affect around 10% of the global oil market and around 12% of global natural gas consumption. But so far, all that oil and natural gas is still flowing around the world. Only the trade routes have changed. The Middle East, on the other hand, accounts for over 35% of the global oil market and 18% of the natural gas market. Widespread chaos in this region would mean economic crisis on a scale not seen in a century. Think we have problems with stagflation now? Just wait until energy prices go to the moon. Around 30% of all oil exports travel through the Straits of Hormuz, a narrow passage. We've already been over this. So are these guys pandering? Is that what's happening? Oh, got it. They got it in big bold print here. Quote, Israel is going to pound Gaza into gravel. Agreed. They're going to do that. There's no doubt about that. A ground invasion will meet far more resistance than the Israelis seem to expect. But Israel controls the air. There it is. Oh, there it is. Everybody drink. But Israel controls the air, and Gaza is a fixed target with limited territory. The problem for them is not the Palestinians. One second, guys. I really hate when people spoof phone numbers. It's such a joke. Let's see here. The problem for them is not the Palestinians, but the multiple war fronts that will open up if they do what I think they are about to do. Attempted sanitation. Lebanon, Iran, and Syria will immediately engage, and Israel will not be able to fight them all. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, and I'm going to tell you why. It's actually pretty simple. What is this thing doing? I got stuff making all sorts of crazy noise just because. Do you guys hear that? That beeping noise? Am I losing my mind? Bradley, we'll talk to you later, bro. Let's see here. So basically, the writer of this article believes that if Israel decides to, basically destroy all of Gaza, which they're trying militarily, it's smart. Geopolitically, it's not. But if anybody thinks that Lebanon, Iran, and Syria will immediately attack Israel if they try to sanitize it, they might want to look at history, and they might want to look at the near history. Because near history shows us that they've literally stood by and done nothing. Also, they have to look at the amount of power. What people don't understand is that Israel has they have an immense military pile or a military capability. It's not that they have a giant military. It's they have an extremely powerful military, and it's because this new modern Israeli army has never been tested until now. They've always been in a defensive position. The bad guys that surround them have always believed that they're just going to just sit there, that they're just going to sit there and take it, you know. And Israel has been doing that for years. Look at the Iron Dome. The whole specific of the whole purpose of the Iron Dome is to protect, you know, Israeli citizens, to protect Israel. That term "protect," they're sitting there, they're defensive. You know, let me ask you a question. What if Israel decided, you know what, we're just going to destroy everything for another 10 miles. We're going to flatten everything 10 miles into Lebanon, and we're going to create this zone, and now you need to back up even further. Because honestly, that's what they need. They need more, they need to make it more difficult for these rockets to reach their territory. Why they haven't done this? Because they're human beings. Because, you know, even they understand that they just can't go around killing everybody. They know this. So, and they've always had, if you guys haven't figured it out, but they've always had this mentality of just leave us alone. We're not trying to expand our borders. We're not attacking into other countries. You know, our global interests are actually based on economic strength and growing families. That's their whole goal. So if whoever wrote that article honestly believes that because they have surrounding companies, that they would all converge and destroy Israel, they would really their armor alone is some of the most advanced armor on the planet. It's absolutely amazing. So I think we'll leave it there. You know, this tiny little country has got its own damn navy that could schwack a lot of any of the naval ships that try to come into their area. It's absolutely amazing. So let's go to the chat here. I haven't talked in the chat for a while, been kind of rambling on here, kind of watching the stock market, waiting for things to happen. Honestly, I'm kind of waiting for the stock market to drop fast enough that it will they'll stop. So there'll be some little glitch they'll stop trading, and they'll probably have to reset for the afternoons, 4 hours later, that kind of thing. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go to the chat here. Hickdown says, my boss says, isn't that low? I'm like, I got a bad feeling though. Andy says, what's going on that isn't being reported? Everything. There's always something going on that isn't being reported. What do we got here? Paradigm Shift says Ukraine was one of the first countries at the table when the USSR was being formed. People forget this. Very true. Very true. You know, and Russia actually lays out a very, you know, unfortunately, Russia's argument is the same as Russia's argument for Ukraine being part of Russia is the same as the Palestinians' argument for being being the owners, founders. But I'm not sure which word you would want to use of the Israeli territory. Unfortunately, the Palestinians' argument doesn't hold weight because Palestinians were basically nomads. They owned nothing. They just traveled everywhere. You know, history doesn't lie. Let's see here. Bradley says he's got to run. Heaven's Fire. I don't recognize you. Just dropped in to say hi. I'm running out at the door. Have a good day. You too. Let's see here. Okay. Oops. Says 9/11. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not too worried about that. Everybody is like, they're worried about these sleeper cells, and these are all things that could very well happen. They could very well be. You know, we do have activity. You've got the two gentlemen who tried to get into Quantico some months ago. I think they just got released on bail. They were driving a truck. I'm not sure what they thought they were going to accomplish. Maybe they just thought that their military, that our military is the same as the military from theirs. And most foreign militaries actually don't really guard a lot of their stuff. They just lock stuff up. But there's no telling. There's no telling. I think we should be more focused on some of the things that are happening here that we can actually use to force our state governments to act more citizen focused instead of revenue focused. And I think, we've got, there's a thing in my town that I'm living in Virginia right now, where I got this text. So they're very good at, I tell you guys all the time about getting connected to your local government. They have lots and lots of ways to warn you of weather changes in traffic patterns, things like that. I tell you guys that stuff all the time. Okay. But this one right here, so I got this text from the town, and it says, chipping will not occur until 8/12/24 due to staff vacation. Chipping. So I looked into this, and what they're doing is my town is notorious for its dog walking. You can get up at 5 a.m, then there's 10 people out there with their dogs walking them around. It happens all day long. The mornings and the evenings are the craziest. They stay out of everybody's way. They pick up their waste. For that part of it, it is freaking awesome. But the town has decided that they can make money by forcing you to have an animal, a dog license. And when you get your dog license, they chip your dog. Okay, so they put another chip in your dog, and now they can walk around and go. And well, by the way, you have to pay for the dog license, right? The town dog license, because you can't have too many dogs now. And then they can literally walk up and go and scan your dog. And if there's no chip in your dog, or your dog's license is expired, they can write you a ticket. So they found a way to develop more revenue off of something that you're doing that is good. How many people is this going to drive to say, well, can't have a dog now because I'm not paying for that? Our towns do this, and it's ridiculous. And they do this because we let them do this. I didn't hear anything about this thing. So I can guarantee you there's going to be some people that are going to be at the town meeting, and they have isolated themselves as well. The town meetings, very few people come up and talk. They do everything via Zoom. They try to limit the amount of people because it's a small building. So you have to do it via Zoom if you really want to get in there. And someone's going to say something. Someone's going to say something. And by the way, it's like you guys hold these little 5 people vote to run an entire town. Yeah, there's a problem there. There's an absolute problem there, because they have an agenda that they're supposed to be setting out to people. And now people are freaking pissed. The ones who know about it are pissed. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see where it goes. Let's see here. JB, this is ridiculous. Absolutely. So what's causing the crash? Oh, I don't know that there's going to be a crash. Right now, things are down. We moved into what they call correction territory on Friday. And then the Nikkei over the weekend, when they opened, obviously they're ahead. I think it's 13 hours they're ahead. So when they opened, everything didn't go well there. Their economy is in the dumps. So this was foretold. This was foretold. Matter of fact, let's get those numbers up because we're seeing them change, and I'm going to hit the old reverse button so we can see. There we go. And you can watch the numbers changing. It's European. Where are we at here? There's the Nikkei. Let's back this down, Jones. You can watch these numbers change give them a second here. I backed it up about a minute. These, whoa, that was a huge, what was that, 10%? What was that? I'm going to walk that. That was really, they got rid of that fast. Bitcoin down 10%. They say over 50,000. So, you know, what's causing it? Basically, people are pulling all their money out of the stock market is what is actually causing this. There's no worldly decision. There's no nothing like that. People are just pulling their money out of the stock market is what it looks like. Rose says, wait till they start chipping us. No, there is a talk of from a bank somewhere. Yeah, then you just don't go to that bank. You just don't bank with that bank. Find yourself another bank. Find an online bank. Find some other bank, you know, that you can actually like go physically remove your money from and put into another bank, or a bank that you can walk into. Because I assure you, there's going to be a bank out there that will take advantage of other banks doing that. You know, it's basically, it'll be, they'll literally call themselves, you'll start seeing tags like, we're a no chip bank. You know, it is what it is. So, all right. So it doesn't look like we're obviously in correction, in the correction window, but you know, we'll see what happens. Hicktown Honey says our country has yearly dog license. It pays for dog warden and shelter. As long as it pays for that and nothing else, I don't really have a problem with it. I really don't, because that, you know, it's like we have to have limited government. We have to have it. Taxation is theft. You're right. Okay. But if you want to drive your car down dirt roads that haven't been, you know, even planed out once every 6 months, yeah, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? If you want street lights in your neighborhood so your kids can frickin' play, that's the kind of stuff that you're paying for. When we start taking in all this money to pay for 3 levels of management, and that's where they normally stop, okay? When we're paying for 3 levels of management and the top 2 levels are getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? Because that's the way we've always done it, then you have a problem with government. Let's see here. Rose, will you take a chip? Hell no. That's hilarious. Yeah, that won't be happening. That's right up there with that thing that we can't talk about. That ain't happening. That just ain't happening. All right, let's see here. I don't really see. All right, so Oops says they will eat themselves. Everything they do bites them in the ads. I love it. To eventually they can't survive their own. Yes, unfortunately, that's exactly what they do. You know, they do eat their own. But here's the thing: they do so much damage in that process, and it takes so many years. And inside of those years, they're building and creating and indoctrinating people to believe that what they're saying is the right thing, and then they start to pay people to do things, and those people are like, wow, this is great. And then they see this infrastructure of instability that has been built that literally points to millions of dollars at the top of the ladder that they can climb. The left, the socialists, the communist manifesto, that leftist thinking has created an environment for people, you know, I hate to say it, for lesser people, these people that don't have any real values towards humanity, towards society, towards the American way of life. It speaks to them and they go that route. And that's why, because they're looking to be themselves, and they have the purple hair and the half haircuts and you know what I'm saying? It draws them to it. It's kind of like when you watch the Project Veritas, like when they do the confrontations to the people, they're all yippity yap and bloppity blop and just talking their butts off until he comes up and says, hey, I'm James O'Keefe and I've got a microphone and we've got some questions, and here, this is you said this, can you tell us more about this? And then they shrink into the people that they really, really are. If they believed what they were doing was right, they would just regurgitate it. They would just say it again. Yeah, I said it, so what? But that's not what they do. They fold in. They close you off. They think that they're protecting themselves, but their job's already gone. Their job's already gone. It's already been done. And what's funnier for us is that it's not funny for them, but it's funnier for us. They think that this thing that they're a part of is going to protect them. It's not going to. It's going to consume them. It's going to eat their own. Yeah, that's the way it works. So be careful. Be careful who you get behind, guys. Let's see here. Hickdown Honey says, it's very simple and stays local. I don't mind paying $30 for the warden to collect some strays when they go around. Yes, gotcha, Hickdown. Love it. All right, let's see here. Oops is saying they will eat themselves. We did that already. Oops is brainwashing runs deep, but all will eventually see. Yeah, but when? How much do we have to suffer? Oops. How often do we have to suffer for these people? You know, suffer the people. Nah, not today, bro. Not today. I'm not going to suffer because of you. All right, let's see here. All right, my coffee's cold. It's been about an hour. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Once again, I need to point everybody to this page right here because I think that this, I mean, if you're going to throw your money at somebody, don't throw your money at me right now. Throw your money at Catitude. Like I said, I got 5,000 followers. If they each gave $1, we'd have more than enough money. I don't understand. Help me to understand. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. Yeah, stop sharing. Boop, it's just me. All right, guys, as usual, you guys know the deal. If you want to support the channel, down below, make sure you hit that thumbs up button on the way out. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be a little bit ready. You know, actually tomorrow, guys, I may not do a morning feed because I have an appointment at 10:45 tomorrow morning. And I don't think I will make it if I do my normal morning live stream. So let me figure it out today. I'll put something in both the Discord. I'll also put something on the YouTube side in the community tab. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure it out today, and I'll let you know then. As usual, guys, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye. I got to push a button. I got to push a button now. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.